Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in episode 3 of how to increase energy expenditure. And we're going to talk about cardio. So this seems pretty logical. You want to burn calories, do some cardio. But obviously there are some nuances to this, Adam. So take us through how you like to divide up cardio, knowing that we've got some pre-recorded podcasts and series on this topic. But when you are trying your hardest to change body composition, meaning contest prep, you're heading toward that contest date, how do you, Adam Atkinson, like to divide up cardio?
Yeah, I like to start off doing some HIIT. It's going to challenge clients well. It's also going to be advantageous for just muscular stimulation as well. And then I also like to do some steady state as well. It's great for lubricating the joints and keeping people in a good spot cardiovascularly. It's also great to oxidize body fat as well. So I'll usually do a mixture of the two. Start out pretty slow and then titrate up from there. It's going to vary client to client on how much I give them based on their met rate. Also, if somebody is, eating a ton of food, I might use a food drop as a crutch versus cardio. If someone's eating a low amount of food, I might use more cardio, so then I don't have to drop their food much lower or to just unreasonable levels, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So I completely agree that to kind of start with your high intensity cardio, I also, when I'm creating programming for clients, will say, okay, I think based on recovery and your normal training, here's how much we can do that's effective without starting to impede recovery and just make training a complete drag. We want to be fresh for those major lifts. So I will throw that in. But then I'm also looking now for total times of activity. So whether it's putting a cardio session independently on the other end of the day compared to their training, I'm just trying to keep them active because we know, as we're going to discuss later in the series, that the non-exercise activity thermogenesis is going to come down. We're naturally going to move less. We're going to be more efficient. We're going to sit more. We're going to rest. And so you've got to intentionally get people up and moving. And I like that some people have started even counting steps as part of their prep. I've had clients say, well, I increased my steps from 10,000 a day to 12,000 a day. And whether it's literally going out for a walk or something, they're just trying to stay active. And I think it's kind of a budgetary method. That's truly money in the bank. That's keeping track of, again, over that unit of time. If I've got 20, 24 weeks for a contest prep, how much can I feasibly put in on the energy expenditure side versus the intake side and still hit that goal? So I think it is important to be looking at the high intensity and just activity. But what about in the middle there for what I would call moderate cardio, where it's probably what people are used to? You get on a bike or a treadmill and either you're walking at a pretty high incline or maybe a light jog. So it's not high intensity, but it's definitely more than just being active. How much of that are you typically going to throw in the mix?
Yeah, I'll throw in a decent amount, and I'll throw that into their steady state as well. So that is more moderate cardio. So that can be a brisk walk or a jog or a bike ride. A lot of my clients will swim or row as long as it's not too fast of a pace. But those are things I absolutely like to utilize. And you burn a little more calories going that slightly higher intensity than just, like tracking your steps on a walk, because there's purpose behind this movement. And the purpose is to get your heart rate up and, again, stay in that more middle zone.
Mm-hmm. Now, I remember back in the day, there was this kind of caveman approach, which is always funny to me, just trying to theorize that we should live like somebody did 30,000 years ago. But where there's kind of a thing where just before every meal, you would typically have to go hunt or gather. And so there was activity before you ate. And some people got in the habit of doing just 5 or 10 minutes of pretty good cardio before a meal just to get their metabolism up. I don't think that's very necessary or even applicable for most people. But do you ever have people just do 2, 3, 4 times a day where it's just get your heart rate up for 10 minutes? Just you don't even have to like get into workout clothes, go to the gym at all, but just get up and do something really pretty brisk for multiple times.
Yeah, I have a few office workers where we focus on that, and they just said all day it's good for their mental health, and then they do, therefore, they end up burning more calories. Also, when clients you suspect their NEAT is down, they're doing hard trainings, they're going home, and they're becoming a couch potato. These are people I try to get up and out a little more often.
All right, well, we're going to talk about that next, guys. So stay tuned, and we're going to tackle how to actually increase your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And this is really where you're going to find the most calorie potential for this entire process. So stay tuned.